Yeah, so here we go into the 2025-26 season. It's been a really fun fall. We have over half of our team is brand new this year. So a huge, I think we have 9 new student athletes to our roster this year. Big part of that was we had a really great and big recruit or graduating class last year. But this new class has been really fun to work with. They're super motivated. They work really hard in training, but they also don't take themselves too seriously. So they know how to work hard, but also really enjoy the process and have fun as a team. And they're really cohesive. I think one thing that's really special about this group is just how well they're pushing each other in practice every single day. Like, to be honest, I can't tell you who is going to be our top skiers on the team this year. And that's a really exciting place to be in going into the season. Because I think what every one of our student athletes has shown this preseason is they really can step up on any given day. And they've shown that in interval training, especially throughout this fall, and in terms of how they've been working together. I think we've got a fun mix too on our team because we've got, big true freshman class that has some really strong talent in it, but we also have really great leadership from some of our returning student athletes. We are returning 3 NCAA championship competitors in Wes Campbell, Greta Hansen, Bridget Burns. And then we also have some really strong international student athletes that have been really pushing our team and training at the top as well. And we'll look to have them be key contributors for us this season as well. Yeah, that's a really great question in terms of, how you pass along culture from one team to the next and really from one generation to the next. And I think a few things that we've really done through the last few years that have really helped with that are we always do a couple of fun fall camps. And those are really great training opportunities, but more so than anything, they're really good team bonding opportunities. So we always kickstart the fall with a really sweet camp up in Copper Harbor and stay in cool rustic cabins, do some really good training. But then we also do things like we go to the top of Brockway Mountain and we sit down as a team and write out our process-based goals for how we're going to really focus on being a team in the fall with our fall training. So we're not even looking to performance or outcome goals yet, and really just focusing on the fall. And I think doing some of those little things has really helped with passing along that culture and just really giving a clear vision of how we want to act and behave as a team. So yeah, some of the goal setting that we've done, as well as some of those big camp opportunities where you just have more time to really spend together and get to know each other too. That's also really great. And to be honest, I feel like our student athletes, they also do a really outstanding job of getting together and doing some fun things as a team outside of even our formal practices. So they use the library socially as much as they do studying together, and they do some fun meals at some of the off-campus student athletes' houses on a weekly basis as well. Yeah, wow. Thanksgiving really delivered for us. We got a massive snowstorm the day before Thanksgiving. And to be honest, I think in my 9-year tenure, this is probably the best first snowstorm that we've had. It just really set us up with outstanding conditions. So we went from like mid 50s sunny degree weather on Monday to just midwinter conditions on Wednesday. And now we have extra blue classic skiing. We'll do classic intervals for training this afternoon. And what that's really great for is it just really sets you up for some outstanding training going into these first races of the season. It can be really challenging to start the race season when you don't have good ski training conditions because you have a hard time really being able to prepare for the ski races themselves. So we're going to take full advantage of the outstanding conditions we have and really just try to focus on some good quality intensity training on snow, as well as really use this as a good opportunity to really help us transition to snow, because skiing on snow is quite a bit different than skiing on roller skis. And so it does take the body a little bit of time to adapt to that. But when you have outstanding conditions like we do, we're really going to be able to use that to our advantage, not only to help us continue to grow going into the competition season, but to really help us grow through the early part of the competition season as we look to more of the bigger races later in the season that kind of start with U.S. Nationals in January. Yeah, so we have 2 early season race opportunities that really are good. Kind of, I don't call them preseason races because we'll still do fun things like team scoring for them, and but they don't have a lot of high stakes for the student athletes in terms of things like NCAA qualification. So they are really great opportunities for all of us to just kind of focus on the complete race process. Thinking about what it is that you're really trying to dial in with your routine going into that race day with, anything from fueling to your race warm-up protocol, stuff like that, as well as how you're going to really seek to execute race strategy. Like this first race that we have this weekend at the NMU opener in Marquette, it'll be a 10-kilometer interval start skate race. So it's a really great opportunity for the student athletes to really focus on their own individual effort and think about how they're going to pace that race, how they're going to want to think about skiing through that course effectively to ski the fastest time that they can. And then after the race, really making sure that we take the time to really analyze the race and continue to learn and grow from that opportunity too, or that race experience. So just thinking about what went well, what we can improve upon, and taking that on to the next one. And I think that's, when you have that complete process-based approach, that really does help you to use these early season competitions to really grow from the races themselves, so that when it comes time for the more important races of the season and the start of the qualifying period with U.S. Nationals, we'll be even that much more prepared. I think one other thing that's really important, I guess, to focus on as a team, especially with the new team, as we start the race season, is how we really develop and instill an awesome team culture around the competitive environment. So that's another huge aspect that we'll focus on this season or this weekend is, getting our flags out there, waving them high, blasting music on the side of the race course, supporting our teammates by being there for them at the finish, helping test together in races, and really just showing that really great support and team spirit, because I think that's something that our team really takes pride in, and we really want to kickstart and set the tone this weekend for the rest of the season. We only have one home race event this season in the end of January, beginning of February. And I think the reality with that is there's so many great venues in our region now that can host, so that's awesome. And we try to have one race weekend or home race weekend at each of our CCSA competitors' institution to give everybody a host opportunity. But this year, our host race will be a really awesome NCAA qualifying race weekend for the CCSA. And we're also going to have it as a Michigan high school and middle school race event. So that'll be a really fun way for us to really showcase Michigan Tech to all the UP and Michigan skiers. And our race org is obviously still one of the best in the business. And for us to just continue to showcase the tech trails that we have and to be able to race on our nationally renowned competitive venue is really important for us. And our home race weekend is always the most fun because we really feel the love and support that we have from our home fans and alumni and friends, and so we hope that we have an awesome turnout for that, and we always look forward to that one.